early season, and this is, still considered early season, road trips are beneficial to spending that time with the group and that teaching time, away from distractions. Our trip to, Duluth was a quick trip. It was over, playing and back. It wasn't, and it wasn't 2 games where you get a lot of learning over it, and then we were home after that. So these road trips are beneficial. I thought last week was a really good week for us as far as a team. I thought that the last 2 periods against Clarkson on Saturday were the best overall hockey and the most semblance to Michigan Tech hockey that we've had since Duluth in the national tournament 2 years ago. I thought that the team, gave up very little, created scoring chances, I thought the game went very well in the last 2, so I think that was a real growing opportunity for us, and then we'll see how that translates into a very good Augustana team this weekend. But I think the team's doing a really good job of shedding perception of expectations and living in the moment and in the reality of the endurance of a hockey season. We haven't started conference play yet, so glad that we have all these non-conference games prior to conference play to kind of get things together. And I think the guys are in a really good place right now, as good as you can be. Being 4-3, I think at this point. No, it's not. I mean, every year is year to year, as you see. Every year is and week to week. So, and we approach it that way. We're not. They've done a good job. They played 2 really good games against Wisconsin where they had difficulty scoring but played really well. Wisconsin showing by beating Minnesota twice last weekend that, and I believe it was in Minnesota, that they're the real deal. They're Hastings has got it going there. So, and then they haven't lost since then. So they've gone undefeated since then, playing NCHC opponents. Beat Colorado College on Saturday night for Colorado College's first loss of the year. I believe tied Denver on Friday night, when Denver's a tremendous hockey team. We've gotten to see some video on them, having played Alaska prior to us. They were in our pre-scout anyway. So they're a top 10 team, maybe a top 5 team. Denver is. So they've done a good job in the portal. Augustana did a good job in the portal. And they're doing an excellent job. The defense is big and strong. Really like the way they play. So we look at it as being a challenge. They're similar in some ways to Clarkson, who we just played. Big defense, that play big in their own zone especially, and they get pucks to the net and try to create things. I thought that we played well we created scoring chances, which is important. And I thought we defended well, and we didn't spend a ton of time in our zone. I thought our neutral zone play was good. I mean, anytime you can hold a team to 5 or 6 chances through 2 periods against, it's a good thing. And when you're generating in that time, I think the shots, we were outshot, I think, in the first 9-1. So the first period belonged to them, and then our guys played really good hockey, had good energy, showed great growth, and refocus on some of the things we showed from video during the day and did a great job. So, again, it's, you're trying to create scoring chances, you're trying to eliminate scoring chances. And that was, last year, we got outplayed virtually every game we played. Got timely scoring, had a veteran defense, timely scoring, and great goaltending. And this year, I think on defense, we don't have a defenseman that's played over 40 games career. So that's 1 season's worth of hockey. We don't have a single defenseman that's done that. And outside of 3 forwards, I think we returned like 40 goals outside of 3 forwards on our team. So, like I said, I think our guys are understanding the opportunity. We got a lot of good young guys that are contributing. Isaac Gordon is doing a great job. I think Max Koskapirides is doing a great job. Laurie Raymond's doing a great job. Our top guys that you consider top guys are on pace for 30-plus points. They all have 4 or 5 points amongst them, so they're near a point a game. So, all in all, when we stick in the moment, I think we're growing, and a lot of guys are getting ice time. Our defense is starting to show, starting to grow. They're getting time, starting to grow in all aspects, transition, defending, everything. But you have to put that together. You have to put that. We've started to see, started to creep in against Wisconsin. I thought pretty decent Friday. Not great, but good on Friday. But the last 2 periods Saturday with the energy, the pressure we put on the puck, things like that were the best that I've seen. Yeah, they generated a lot. Kukkonen had 16, 17 scoring chances himself on the weekend. Mosley was 10 plus. Piedla was like 15, 14, 15, something like that. So they generated looks, and we know that they'll score in time. I'm pleased with their play. I think Isaac Gordon continues to grow. And you know what? Marcus Pettersson is really showing evolution as a player. He's doing a great job in his 3rd year, taking advantage of opportunities. So, again, I think there's growth. I thought Getz played by far his best game. Worksy is out of the lineup, which takes a physical, offensive type player out for us. That's been a hit for the last couple of weeks. And outside of him, Campbell didn't play. Campbell's out injured as well, which is probably our most offensively prolific, natural offensively gifted defenseman. So, we're trying to just stay in. I think our guys' mood's good. I think the mood of the group is really good, and we want to just continue growth. It has. The biggest difference is, again, the defense. A year ago we had and what proved to be a real blessing for us was when we moved Crespi back there. It was a puck moving, really good skating defenseman who could take off with it and create offense. He had by far his best year as a player on defense. And then we had Leip and we had Thorne. We had a pretty veteran crew back there on defense with some young guys sprinkled in. That's the difference right now. I mean, if we had 10 shutouts last year. If we have 2 shutouts right now, we have at least 2 wins and a lot more confidence. So, and I think our goaltending's been great. Max was really good on Saturday, deflection goal and a breakaway goal, and then he faced the same shooter in the shootout or with a penalty shot that he had on that scored on the breakaway, and he stuffed him up pretty good, played it perfectly. So, I think our goaltending's been outstanding. Last year, it won games for us. It hasn't won games for us right now, but it's given our guys a chance to grow and allowed us to get, 3 big ties, in where we're at so far. We've been, if you look at it, it was a 1-goal game against Wisconsin. They scored an empty net goal on Friday. It was a 2-goal game on Saturday. We were up 1-0 at the midway point. They got some power plays. We got a power play with a 4-2 game, and they scored in the empty net, so 2 empty net goals. We had an empty net goal last week in 2-1 game against Clarkson, empty net goal, and then we have 3 ties in there. So those are all 1-goal games. So really the only game that's gotten away from us a little bit was the Alaska game, 2-2 game at Duluth. So the Alaska game got away from us, and we weren't, we just weren't a very good team at that time. I think we're a better team right now than we were then.